Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, December 1st, 2022. Got a lot going on today, made a lot of progress already. It's, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning, I think, but about ready to start cutting the first stringers. We're doing a 10-inch tread and a 7 1/32 rise. We need a total of 18 treads because the 19th tread or final step is going to be the actual landing up there. I've never done this before. I've kind of helped before in a former career, former life, whatever. But thanks to the miracle of YouTube, there's a guy that's got a great video on how to do this, covers a bunch of the steps, explains the math, how to lay it out, how to draw it, the whole 9 yards. I'll look up his name and mention him further in the video, and then maybe figure out how to link to his video if any of you guys ever decide to try this. But one, I've never done it before, like I said, and two, it's a 2 by 12 by 20 foot, and we're using almost every piece of it. So it's going to be a nice long run. It's going to start here, go up there, and we're going to put a walk-in closet back in here. Reason why I got to get this done now is we had to go with a different electrician. The electrician we've been dealing with hasn't always been the best at communicating, but he's always communicated. It's just that he's not prompt. Either way, last time I heard from him was back on November 1st. Today is December 1st, and hadn't heard from him in a month. So I've left several messages, didn't hear back. So we moved forward with a different electrician who said he can start on Monday. So I got to get these stairs in because with building a walk-in closet under the stairs here, I will need to put a light in there. So, and a light switch, or they will have to do it. So I got to get this built. I got to get this framed out so they can finish doing what they got to do or start doing what they can do. So I'll keep you updated on how this cutting these stringers for the stairs goes, but I don't know, wish me luck. Okay, I've been scratching my head for a couple minutes, so I went back and watched the YouTube video that I'm referencing. The guy's YouTube channel is Training Hands Academy, and he's got first-time stair builders, simple steps or whatever. Guy does a fantastic job explaining this. So went and rewatched the video. But here's where I'm at. So what I did is I cut the bottom here and I cut just the top, and I dry fitted it up there to see if it's lining up where my math where it should have been. After I got it lined up, my stairs were crooked. So rewatching this video, I had made a mistake, and when I drew the line for where the stringer goes on the header board, the guy explains that you draw down from the top where your finished floor is, your riser height, but I forgot to mark the other 1.5 inches for our tread height. So the fact that I was putting it here instead of there where it belongs, they were not level. So I was about ready to start cutting it, and I thought, well, I'll just review the YouTube video one more. There's a whole old saying, measure twice, cut once. And when I drew the line the correct spot, got it in the right position, my stairs or treads are now level. So now for the time-consuming task of cutting out each tread and rise. So keep you up to speed on where we're at, but that was I don't know, that was a good head scratcher for a few minutes, but first time doing this, so we'll see how it turns out. Real quick update, got the first stringer, or my pattern stringer, almost completely cut out. I just got to take the handsaw and finish out the little corners there to take out the pieces, and then the pattern's done, and then I'm gonna draw out the pattern on the new piece and start cutting again. It's taken about an hour to cut all this. What I found out, I love the brand new DeWalt cordless skill saw, but I pretty much used up one battery cutting this one stringer to about there, and had to switch to the corded skill saw. Even though I love that thing and it's great for what it is, it's great making straight cuts, all that stuff, but this amount of cuts in that short of time, it really drained the battery quick. After switching to the corded saw, just the little bit of horsepower or amperage that thing has, whatever the terminology is, using the corded one is definitely the way to go on something of this scale, in my opinion. So that, or you're just gonna burn through batteries quick. But it worked fine cutting all of them, but it's definitely a much smoother cut with that saw. The other thing that's happened is our septic guy has showed up to start digging the hole for the septic. It's in reference to Christmas Vacation, but there you go, Emily. We got one great big concrete. Okay, so here's where we're at with the septic system. This is like, I've had septic systems, but I've never seen one really put in. I'm not the expert, but anyways, the big tank is our main tank. So it will come out of the outlet there, make a turn, come into the main tank. That is the septic tank. As it fills up with black water, let's say, comes up, comes into here, fills into this tank. This tank is gonna have a pump, which will pump it up from down there, which is where it's full of water, pump it up, and then it will continue to pump it up into our leach field or drain field over here. We have to have a mound for the leach field because the water table is only 3 feet deep. So we had to do a soil test. I think I talked about all that. But the water table is where the pond is. And the pond's probably, the water's, I don't know, 4 foot deep from the surface, I guess, or to the surface of the water. And we haven't had a lot of rain. The other thing, the guy that's installing this for us, his name's Billy Simmons, doing a great job. He explained that where you start to see the layer of white dirt, that is the highest at which, it's not dirt, but white sand. He said that's where the water table has been in the past. He said the water will eventually bleach out the sand and cause it to be white. So that's where you can see where the highest point of your water table was, which is the whole point of them boring down with, I don't know, a handmade auger to figure out what the layers of soil look like. But anyways, because the water table, we got to have a mound, and that mound is going to be our leach field and drain field. Moving into the barn, I've made some progress. I've cut all 3 stringers. One of the things that, you know, they tell you, or the guy said in the Training Hands Academy, again, great video or a great channel, is that the first one you cut, then you use it as a pattern. And the reason being is, if you just redo the same thing with the framing square and your board is curved or cupped in any way, it's gonna be off. So you cut your first one as a pattern, then use that pattern to make your landings and your treads and your risers. So got all 3 stringers up. It would have been great to videotape me getting those up there, but it was not a video for children. So got it up there, got all 3 stringers, got to finish securing them. Got to put a plate here on the bottom. So we got to drill some holes in concrete and finally start putting the treads and the risers on it. And then we'll have stairs up to the loft. We're about to finish up for the day. I got to go to Lowe's, Home Depot, or Gulf Coast Lumber, get a bunch of 2x12s to cut the treads. But we got the plate in down there. Got it secured. I still got to do the 6x6 posts halfway up, but got to go get the treads. So we're calling it a day out here at Deer Run Farm.